Hello, how you doing? It's Jovan and we are back with another video. So today I want to talk about what Arnold said in this interview, which really got a lot of people pissed off. But what I think he said, what he said really makes a lot of sense and it's very, very rational. And this is what I meant in this clip.
There's still people that live in denials. There's still people that don't believe in masks. There's still people out there that say, well, we don't have to do social distancing and all this kind of stuff. There is misinformation out there. And my point of it was basically, look, there's no one that knows more about a virus than I do because I studied this issue for 50 years. And the same is also with the virus. There are people out there that are experts that study this year after year after year and that are experienced, like Dr. Fauci, that has been in this, probably for his entire life. I mean, why would you not believe someone like that? So, and there's so many other scientists out there and experts on this subject. So I believe them and I follow them very carefully. And of course, sometimes things are happening that are unexpected. So then you have to make the adjustments and all that. But I think people should know there is a virus here. It kills people. And the only way we prevent it is to get vaccinated, to wear masks, to do social distancing, washing your hands all the time, and not just to think about, well, my freedom is being kind of disturbed here. No, screw your freedom, because with freedom comes obligations and kind of responsibility.
I legit can't hate that because that's very rational and that's very caring. But people take this one line and then it's been taken out of context. And this was the line, mate.
Screw your freedom.
Because of that one line that I think it's being taken out of context, he got laid off by Redcon One. So no more sponsorships and they're not gonna support Arnold's classics anymore. Callum Von Moga, he looks up to Arnold because he literally looks like Arnold. So he's not a fan of him anymore. And that goes the same for the 4 times world's strongest man, Brian Shaw.
What's up, guys? As many of you know, I am a proud American. I train with an American flag on the wall of my gym, and I'm also a big believer in freedom. Now, there are a lot of people in our country right now that have forgotten that freedom is very important. Also, I have trained with a picture or poster of Arnold Schwarzenegger on the wall of my gym basically since I started training because Arnold was a huge influence on me. Now, Arnold has made some comments recently, and he is free to say whatever he wants to say, but when you say something like screw your freedom, it doesn't sit well with me, and I know it doesn't sit well with a lot of other Americans out there, and therefore, I will no longer be training with a poster of Arnold on the wall of my gym. It's time for it to come down.
Most likely, the people who got triggered by this are the Americans, majority, and possibly some other parts of the world too. Right now, we can see there are 2 possibilities. Either they took what Arnold said out of context, or they did watch everything in that interview and they still disagree about Arnold's view in social distancing, wearing masks, and being responsible to the people around you. Alright, I'll tell you why, especially with possibility number 1. You don't trust every single of these media companies telling you. Online or traditional media, like for example, CNN, Fox News, and even ABC, they always like to take things, what someone said out of context to fit their political agenda. You people should know this by now. Every media company, not just in America, also in Australia and all around the world, they like doing these things. You don't trust every single thing that they show to you. Always strive to try to get the full story, like every single detail of the story before you jump into that conclusion. Especially with possibility number 2. I'm starting to question, what is your definition of freedom? And what's the extent to it? Like, look, I'm all for it. Like, let's say freedom of rights. Freedom to vote, freedom to marry any race you want, freedom to have equal job opportunities, freedom to, go to school and go to uni. But there's no such thing as complete freedom. Like complete freedom where you can do the fuck you want. There are rules. Like you can't steal, you can't rob a bank, you can't kill, you can't rape. The reasons why all these rules are set in place is to protect people. Especially with COVID-19, mate, you gotta wear a mask so you don't easily spread it to other people. If you look at from all around the world, a lot of these people they got into hospitals, ICUs, and they even died. Yes, you do have the right, you do have the freedom of not wearing a mask, but you're also living with other people. So that gives you the responsibility making sure that other people are not harmed and they are not endangered. So for the sake of example, so let's say I want to have a bath, right? Like I want to have it now. But I always make sure that the roller shutter of my window is shut because beyond that window is the terrace of my next door neighbor. If they see me like all my hands sticky and then wanking to Pornhub, dude, like it would give them PTSD. So to avoid them getting PTSD, I always make sure that the roller shutter is shut down when I don't know, just beating my meat. What I mean is, yes, you have freedom, but you also have responsibility because you also have other people around you. The purpose of you having that sense of responsibility is to ensure other people's safety. So this is pretty much my thought on what Arnold said in that video. So if you do love this video, give me a like and a subscribe down below, and I'll see you next week for more content. Catch you later.
So still